Garcia, he does have previous.
I think you and I will say he could have avoided him.
But couldn't quite avoid the temptation of just leaving one.
That might be it.
Yellow card for Raul Garcia. First of the game, Graham, I'm right.
Surprise, eh?
Yeah. Modric to Militao. Garcia. Modric, I should have said.
fun game, plenty of chances. These teams are going to tire in the midday sun. There will be goals in this match, I'm absolutely sure of it, probably for both sides. This has been entertaining, and the title's at stake.
The title is at stake. Real Madrid know it, Athletic Club know it. They also have at stake local bragging rights with Real Sociedad, and a slim chance, but still a chance of qualifying for Europe. Plenty to play for in the second half when we return to the new San Mamés. Half-time score, Athletic Club 0, Real Madrid 0.
anxiety. Keep calm under pressure. Be resilient and remove all doubts. Keep a clear head and show the world what you are made of. Clear men.
Diputusin Wati dong. Kamu saja lu, kamu seperti lu kaku Ton. Gebetan gue nikah sama sahabat gue. Lebay lu dong.
truly significant way. As you watch two former Atleti players chatting away. Courtois and Raul shared the red and white of Atletico Madrid, and they know that that was a platform. Beating Getafe by 1-0 was a platform for this, and if they tuck this away today, then they know effectively that the league is won, in my opinion. If they drop a point, they give this thorny, quality, perpetual champion side Barcelona a huge sniff. Whether they win or not, I bet you that we see 45 minutes of Zidane's side utterly committed to taking 3 points.
Okay, our director of broadcast seems to like the idea of Ibai Gomez coming on. He's been focusing on the player warming up there quite a lot during half-time. Also on Toni Kroos for Real Madrid, as the Athletic Club players are back out on the pitch. Now becomes the moment where we start speculating and trying desperately to keep up with the changes. As you know, managers can make as many as 5 per game. Will we see Vinicius Jr. at some stage? Vinicius left out today, replaced by Rodrigo. Not Rodrigo's greatest first half performance in a Madrid shirt, Graham.
No, they say over here from menos to más. I think he looked lost. I think he looked uncertain. I didn't even think he was showing the right attitude for about 3/4 of that match. Then there were moments where a little bit of a press went in, when a ball in from the right was nicely distributed. He's worth more than he's shown so far, but the temptation for Zidane is to switch Asensio onto the right, coming onto his shooting foot, and put Vinicius down the left, and to ask questions of Athletic. It's not normal that he changes at half-time. As far as Ibai is concerned, Garitano spent the last 3 days talking very strongly about he can feature at any time, and he can feature on either wing. Garitano likes him. We'll see him at some stage.
Marco Asensio has been massively impressive in the first half, so too is Luka Modric, as Madrid get the second half away, attacking the goal to the right of your screens. Casemiro floating a ball into no man's land there. Marcelo turns around and looks somewhat disdainfully at him.
You talked about changes, Simon. One of the things that's a minor handicap to Garitano is that he's used up one of his in-play periods that he can make subs, because it's 5 subs, but only during 3 breaks in play or else at the half-time. And therefore, the fact that he had to change centre-halves, and before the match he had commented there's one player who's really tight who might not make it. Now I guess that's why we're seeing Unai on the pitch now. But that means that one of the in-play periods of time has been used up for Garitano.
No changes made at half-time, so Garitano has 2 left and a maximum of 4 subs. First touch of the second half there for Dani Garcia, playing alongside Unai Lopez in central midfield. Unai Lopez has been impressive in the opening 45 minutes. Juli floating one forward towards Cordoba. Ball comes through to Militao, he returns it to Thibaut Courtois. Courtois, who made the most decisive save of the first half from a Raul Garcia header. Ramos squares it to Militao. Rodrigo, side to Benzema. Now Carvajal on the overlap. Back to Karim Benzema. Picks up Marcelo. Now Modric. Modric with the shots. Collected comfortably by Unai Simon. Shot on target for Real Madrid.
We saw something interesting there, because that was the same combination play that opened up Getafe when we saw Rodrigo, Carvajal coming inside, Rodrigo playing down the line, working with Benzema. In this instance, all it led to was Benzema's crossfield pass to the Croat, but that little triangle of talent is something that Real Madrid will want to open up Athletic with before Zidane is forced to say, okay Rodrigo, it's time to change for your compatriot.
Iñaki Williams is annoyed that the linesman's lifted the flag, signalling a foul by him on Ramos. The foul was given. Carvajal trying to link with Rodrigo. It was
sporting leagues, and there's the breakaway, and there's Modric making the positional decision, and then the run to try and make it difficult for Williams, but Courtois takes control. As they used to say in the old boated leagues in the parks in the UK, when you hired a rowing boat, come in number 27, your time is up. Rodrigo's time on this pitch, unless he does something ultra special right now, must be running out. The game has been a little bit too big for him.
No question, he's capable of producing that something a little bit special.
Yes, agreed.
Muniain leaves the ball, it's an athletic throw, and Vinicius is there, and so too is Lucas.
Well, one of them suggests a change for Rodrigo that leaves Asensio where he is, and the other one suggests a switching of side, Rodrigo going off, Vinicius on the left, and Asensio on the right. I guess for Zidane it's pleasant to have those possibilities.
Not a bad choice, is it?
Yeah.
And the Capital with the throw. Unai Lopez, in comes the cross. Garcia got a touch. Cordoba keeps it in play, puts the cross back into the far post. Muniain knocks it down. Raul Garcia, and the shot is blocked by Valverde.
Yeah, Valverde it was. He followed it perfectly and got his body in the way.
And Juli lets that one get away from him and commits a foul on Casemiro. Here's Modric. Asensio to Marcelo. Asensio once more. Moves inside. Sees the run to the far post of Benzema. Overcooks the cross and will be a goal kick.
Yeah, twice now. In the first half we saw is exactly why Asensio was so exciting on the left with his ball in that Rodrigo headed over the top. But twice now, particularly when Real Madrid won its first corner, there was a little 1-2 with Marcelo, where the difficult part was done in creating a 1-2 and Asensio getting space. His cross then was very flat, very short, beaten the front post by Muniain. This one again, it was the right chance to open up looking for Benzema, the club's most prolific scorer in the squad at the moment, but the ball was not within Asensio's class. That was too long. Again, tiredness maybe taking its toll on him. We'll see. He's played much better than Rodrigo.
Long high ball, Garcia underneath it, got the better of Ramos. Williams pulled up for the challenge there. Not happy, Iñaki Williams. Militao holding the left wrist. Some pain there.
Yeah, every striker around the world watching that is going to say that they've got huge sympathy